we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a fourth quarter do or die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go around.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effects of analytics coming into play here, where people are studying the number of possessions, how many times you should go for it, what position it leaves your team in. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit of that creeping into the NFL game.
I think we've seen it in other sports, maybe into the NFL now as well. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. They go play action with Jackson. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now it's Jackson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was looking for Watkins that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Hey, 4-1's Mike. 4-1's Mike. You are who? You better be afraid of me.
Mahomes going to throw. It's Hill, complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. That goes for a Chiefs 1st down, 14 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Mahomes firing complete. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one as a receiver has got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Mahomes to throw once more. And that's complete. It's Allington. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. A battle for it here, and this will be caught. Watkins, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mahomes gets this one to Hill. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill His second touchdown on the season. The Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or in. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Well, everyone in this stadium knows Jackson can do that as well as any QB in the league. Well, they talked about limiting some of his running this year, especially the design runs, but he's still going to scramble when he feels he has green in front of him. He led all quarterbacks last year, 695 yards rushing. And keep in mind, 80% of those came in the 7-game stretch when he was named starter late in the season. On second down, Ingram. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. The Ravens on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now Jackson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now a pass that's taken in by Hill, and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Patrick Owasor coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Let's make these babies cry. Easy. Let's make these babies.
To throw, it's Mahomes. They complete it to Hill. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards the pickup there. Mahomes now on 1st down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Mahomes hit, he lost the football. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ballgame.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two. On second and 11 now. Mahomes eluding the pressure right. This is caught by Robinson. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Mike 40, Mike 40. Alpha. Let's go. Mike's 40. Mike's 40.
Now Mahomes. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And a short return to the 6-yard line. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target. After the interception, here's Jackson. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first down at the 16-yard line.
43, 43, 15. 48, 48, Mike. 48,
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
I smell fear in that offense. My scene 6.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. Mahomes can sling it, but the feet are nimble, too, as he scrambles for a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't mix it.
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Damian Williams, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 28-0. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the chain.
And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his left. He's going to take off with it. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. And he's got the rookie from Oklahoma, Marquise Brown. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Play action. Now Jackson. Snead's got it. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
All day, every day.
Now it's Jackson. Dancing to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. The 40, 20, 10. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. How about that for a momentum swing? You had it goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
I got little lady. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. There's the first NFL catch for the former Georgia Bulldog, Mecole Hardman. A big play there for KC. 44 yards.
I'm going back to you.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. From the gun, Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Jackson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Chris Jones picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Now the pass brought in by Roberts. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline it as that will bring up fourth.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it fourth down.
It's our time.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A well-executed safety blitz by Tony Jefferson leads to the sack.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Jackson now being chased out left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Jackson from the shotgun. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he? And
what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Here we go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Patrick Onwuasor up to make the tackle. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. Well,